Hey Aries, hope you guys had an amazing July. Welcome to August. It's already been a really intense month. Numerology speaking, August is the 8th month of the year. So it rules power, whether financial power, emotional power, spiritual power, but really reaping the rewards where they are due. So this month we're really going to see a lot of power struggles, a lot of power imbalances. Because it is 2017, you also add the 1 in there and you have August 2017, a month of completion, like really trying to get to the end, either the end of summer or the end of, your vacation time. Just it's the end of a cycle. But based on your actual birthday is how you know how numerology is affecting you. And like I mentioned in previous videos, if you comment below with your birthday, time, and location, I can let you know exactly what's going on when it comes to numerology for you. That being said, Mercury is going retrograde. I'm sure that if you're into astrology at all, you know all about the horrors of Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde starts on August 13th and it goes until September 5th. So like I said, comment with your birth details. I'll let you know exactly where Mercury is retrograding in your chart. Where Mercury retrogrades in your chart is where it's going to be really internalized. So Mercury retrograde alone, universally for everyone, really just screws everything up, especially when it comes to travel, when it comes to technology, contracts, communication. You really just want to be really clear when you're communicating with people, and you definitely don't want to be signing any contracts right now because there will be regrets, especially purchases when it comes to like cars, computers, printers, even cell phones even. So just hold off until at least September 5th. But like I said, if you comment your birthday, I can let you know where Mercury is retrograding and where you're going to really feel that haze. It's actually an amazing time to get to do some inner work. For instance, if Mercury is retrograding over your partnerships, this would be a time to really figure out what's been going wrong in your partnerships, where you've ruffled some feathers, and where you can just get more clarity. I can also let you know where the sun is hitting your chart, and where the sun hits your chart is where there's going to be a spotlight. So Mercury will show where the haze is and where you're internalizing things, and then the sun will show where you're externalizing things. So send me your birth details. I'm happy to do it. Let's get started, okay? This is for Aries, August 2017. Thank you. Aries, August 2017. Okay. Okay. So something is missing. All right. Something's missing in your life. You don't know what it is because you're too stubbornly focused on what you are already focusing on, that you're not realizing that something is absolutely missing. Okay. That being said, something missing, you got to move on from something when it comes to a soulmate relationship and a partnership relationship. So like I said, this is a month to really figure out where you're putting your power, because it's being dispersed everywhere. It's really being dispersed in so many places, and you're not even realizing that something has to end. Like we have to end a cycle here, because focusing on what we lack, focusing on what we don't have, is the surefire way to be unhappy. And this year is all about new beginnings. So if you're starting a trend of unhappiness now, especially in a relationship, that's gonna be sticking with you for at least another 8 years. So it's really time to just realize that something is missing emotionally in your life, and it's time to really figure out how to figure out what that is and how to get it, right? So the situation right now is either a man, so either someone who's really focused on their finances, really focusing on trying to ground themselves when it comes to their finances, and have kind of like has been doing some scorched earthing. So really just putting out fireballs of energy when it comes to their empowerment, or your empowerment even, because if you're an Aries who's really focused on finances and getting what you deserve, then this could absolutely be you. Maybe you guys scorched too much earth right now. Maybe there was a lot of hairy situations that you just didn't even want to get involved with, and now August is forcing you to get real about those relationships and where you might have scorched that earth, essentially. The obstacle and the aid is this abundance, this happiness abundance with family, with friends, just realizing what you've built for yourself. So like I said, if this feels like your energy and not somebody else, if this feels like maybe you've been focusing way too much on getting that dollar, getting that power, and really, and have been kind of going at it alone, it's time to recognize that you've been supported so much. You've been supported so much by family, by friends, even by soulmate pets. You know, pets apparently, what I learned is that when you're sleeping, a pet will send messages to you energetically. Like that's when they know that that you're most open. So if you do have a pet who feels like a soulmate and you can resonate with that comment I just made, because it definitely resonated for me, especially for an empath or an indigo, these animals really are coming into your life to give you symbols and to give you meaning. So recognize that the people in your life are absolutely have helped you build up and are continuing to help you build up. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is really a transformative time for everybody, especially the Aries. This is a time where you're going to really see, you know, you're going to be able to have your freak flag fly. So it's really about doing what is important to you and you kind of burning your old self to rise from the ashes in like Scorpio-like fashion. Subconsciously, you know that you've built a lot, but it's like, okay, what am I going to do with it? I've built a lot. I've stomped and I've done what I had to do to get to where I want to be. I might have messed up some relationships and now I don't even want to acknowledge the energy and the emotions that I put into that relationship. I really just want to keep focusing on what I've built. Recognize that it's see-through, it's transparent. People can see through that. People see that you are focused on your empowerment and on getting that money. So there's no point of even denying it anymore. Just be honest, be open, and say, listen, I'm trying to get rich. Like, I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to get stable. I'm trying to get secure. I'm trying to get that life that I want for myself, especially first and foremost. You're allowed to do that. But you are thinking that you're giving way too much, putting way too much out, not enough self-care, not enough grounding energy. Like I said, this quest to independence, this quest to financial freedom, it's a long one. It's a long journey. It's not going to happen overnight. However, you do have the right frame of mind, because when you give, you get back ×3. So although people may feel like they're just hands out, want, and not putting up enough space and boundaries, you can decide. You have that balancing factor where there's going to be nobody else in the zodiac sign that can say, no, stop. You know, the Aries is the one that says, you know, my sister-in-law is an Aries and she had a bunch of people over and she wanted them to leave. Me as a Libra, I'd be like, just leave them here. Like, I'm just going to go to bed and maybe they'll leave. She as an Aries is like, no, I'm kicking these people out of my house. Like, that is the energy that you really want to harness this month. Saying what you mean, getting what you want, and doing what you want. I know that sounds so selfish, but it's what's needed. This is 2017. This is a 1 year. It's all about selfish and self-centered energy. We need people to be selfish this year, because next year is it's going to be all about teamwork, cooperation, and balancing there. So get as selfish as you can this year, especially in September, and then next year you're going to find that selfishness was the self-care that you needed in order to truly nurture your relationships in 2018. Something that would have just passed is some secret revealed in a relationship, some inner knowledge revealed in a partnership or relationship that is making you feel really more balanced. You recognize that maybe you've been putting out a lot of energy, but it's time to really flip the switch. And something in the past or something that's happening right now kind of turned that mirror on you and said, yeah, I've been, focusing on myself a lot, and I've been completely supported by my family and friends. However, it's time to really turn that mirror around and say, what is it in your other relationships that you also possess? Because it's a known thing that you can't acknowledge something in other people. You can't acknowledge traits in other people unless you yourself possess them. So if there are some name calling, some labels that you've been putting on other people, it's really time to turn that mirror around and say, well, good and positive, right? The positive too. You can't acknowledge the good in people either unless you yourself possess it. So you right now, like I said, are doing really, really, really well, really empowered. Sorry about the glare. Really empowered. However, this person's alone. This person's kind of alone in their empowerment journey, which is fair. They're supported by, nature. They're supported by friends and family, of course. They're there in the background. But at the end of the day, you're doing this on your own. You are empowering yourself, which is awesome to see. But don't forget to take a seat and enjoy what you've created. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. You guys totally deserve it. Friends and family, Yeah, they're supporting you, especially when it comes to your financial empowerment, but how well are they doing when it comes to their finances? Maybe it's time to actually be like, listen, like my success, it does depend a little bit on the success of you. You know, you can only go as far as you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? And if you find that your family and friends, they're not as passionate about getting security, especially financial security, they can be like an anchor weighing you down because you want to blah, blah, blah. And it's just, you know, even to just have fun, that costs money a lot of the times. That totally costs money. So if you feel like you can't even have fun with your friends and family because they can't afford it, or they're just not making the steps to empower themselves financially, it might be time to actually have a sit down and say, listen, this is what I've done. It's been working really well for me. And as an Aries, you can do that. You can be honest with your family and friends. This is what's been working for me. We need to figure out what's going on with you and how to get your financial situation up to par. Because Aries, you're going to keep working. But if family and friends and like relationships are just draining those resources, what's the point of working so hard? Right? Like it really comes back down to that selfish energy, that self-centered energy of saying, this is the year where I'm going to empower myself. But if you're just going to keep taking and taking and taking, and Aries is going to keep giving and giving and giving because that's just in their nature, where does it end? When does it end? And who does it really help in the long run? So hope and fear is hurting someone, is having that pain. So if that's really what's stopping you from giving freely and from putting up boundaries because of the fear of hurting someone, recognize that that pain is also what you kind of hope for. You kind of hope for that emotional pain. It's drama, so it's exciting, it's new, it's a challenge. Aries are all about challenges, whether they like it or not. So maybe it's time to actually kind of hurt yourself in a way by being honest with family and friends. And when that happens, you'll notice that something new is materializing in your life. And of course, it's going to be a good thing because right now, Aries, you guys are on fire. You guys are killing it. But keep in mind that there is something missing emotionally. An emotional empowerment is missing in your life. So it is time to get real and maybe take the steps to figure out what that missed emotion is. It's got to do with a soulmate. It's got to do with a soulmate relationship, a partnership, one or the other. Really focus diligently on getting that empowerment. So that's pretty much all I have. The August readings have been quite short because it's summer and you guys just need to be going out and having fun. That being said, if this reading resonated for you and you're still really confused as to what to do, I want to let you guys know that I'm putting out life purpose reports. So these life purpose reports use astrology, numerology, and tarot, and it lays it all on the line. It tells you exactly. It doesn't tell you exactly, but it reminds you of what you already know. So it tells you what your strengths are, your weaknesses are, where you should be putting your energy, where you should not be putting your energy, any challenges that should be arising, what to expect this year, what to expect next year, what to expect this month, and also your life purpose. That's the most important thing. It details your life purpose, so why you're here, and that is truly, truly and intensely based on numerology and tarot, okay? It's called a soul's direction spread. Not only does it tell you what your life purpose is, it tells you what your soul's personality is, what drives your soul, and if you're on the right path already. So if you're feeling lost, please, I urge you guys to send me an email at beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com. Otherwise, I will see you guys in September. Have an amazing rest of your summer, and I love you guys. Bye, Aries.